Welcome to the 2020 AGA Mid-Year Video Report. Hi, I'm Megan Slater, Executive Director of the American Gelbvieh Association. Over the course of the next several minutes, you'll hear from AGA leadership, including President Dan McCarty, American Gelbvieh Foundation President Al Knapp, and AGA staff talk about what we've been up to for this year so far. You will also hear about the opportunities that we have for you as an AGA member.
Even with everything that's going on in the world today, this past spring we saw great momentum and strong demand for Gelbvieh and Balancer genetics across the country. It always catches my eye when I open a sale catalog and see a breeder mention how their cattle or their customers' cattle graded after being fed out. This breed has made tremendous progress in the past couple decades because breeders have paid attention to market signals and utilized the technology available to them in the decision-making process. I encourage you to get involved in the discussion and the topics that will be covered in this video as we work towards solutions that will make an impact on the future of the association.
The AGA is busy preparing for one of our biggest events later this year. It's our 50th annual AGA National Convention. We're taking it back to Oklahoma to where it all began to celebrate AGA's 50th year as an association. We'll be at the Sheraton Oklahoma City downtown in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, December 2nd through the 4th. We will have lots of celebrations and be reflecting on the past 50 years as well as our future ahead. More information will be found on gelbvieh.org and through all AGA communications. Registration will open July 20th. We hope to see you there.
The AGA Board of Directors has done a really good job this year with traveling and getting out to represent the Junior Association, meet the adult members, and meet some of our commercial producers. One of the places they traveled this year was our AGA convention in Billings, Montana in December. The next place they traveled was Denver for the National Western Stock Show. One of the big events that goes on at National Western and related to the Junior Association is our donation heifer raffle, donated this year by Beestrom Ranch, so we want to extend a huge thank you to them and their generosity. We raised just under $19,000 based on that heifer donation. We had 2 board members travel with us to San Antonio, Texas this year for the NCBA trade show and convention, and getting out and talking to some of the other industry partners and industry leaders that are there attending NCBA as well. We were really excited to see those of you that were able to attend the 2020 AGA Western Regionals in Phillipsburg, Kansas this year. We were just really excited that we were able to give the kids something to do this summer. We definitely want to send a huge thank you of gratitude to the Kansas Gelbvieh Association. Their team was very implemental in making sure that we had a successful week following CDC guidelines and the precautions and the provisions that were set forth by Phillips County. We're excited to be able to host Junior Nationals this year. I want to thank everybody for their patience and understanding. Because we are going to head there, we're planning on seeing you guys there in Springfield that first week of July. As we've mentioned multiple times before, we are going to do our best to follow the CDC guidelines and the provisions set forth by Greene County there in Springfield, Missouri.
We're very excited at the American Gelbvieh Foundation about our history book. This history book's been in the making for 5 years. I'd like to thank a number of breeders that have contributed by buying a breeder page. In the back of the book there will be a page dedicated to each one of those breeders that sponsored a page, and they'll be able to tell their history and their ranch story as well, and their Gelbvieh story. So we're excited about that. I think it's important for us to understand where we came from and what sacrifices were made by so many of those that have gone on before us, and so it's a great opportunity to pull all that history together. So this book will be completed and ready for rollout at our 50th convention this December in Oklahoma City. The American Gelbvieh Foundation took a great deal of interest in a proposal from the AGA staff with regards to a carcass collection project. We are excited to be a co-sponsor of this research project with the American Gelbvieh Association. The American Gelbvieh Foundation initiated the Steer Challenge and Scale to Rail contest about 5 years ago. It's an opportunity to help collect some additional carcass data It gives breeder recognition for those breeders that are focused on carcass quality. It also allows us to showcase those bulls that have tremendous carcass potential. And so the idea is that these steers that are on feed, anybody could purchase one of these steers and be in the contest and have the opportunity to win some funds. And of course, those purchases go to the foundation. And we will again this year roll out those results at our convention in Oklahoma City the first week in December.
So beginning a couple of years ago, there was a request from the membership if we would explore having a scrotal circumference EPD. And so staff evaluated the amount of data and scrotal circumference measurements that were being submitted and determined that indeed there is enough data to do it. And so then the question was, just because you can, should you? There was a feeling that especially in some markets it really does have marketing appeal and that your customers, your commercial customers are requesting it. So we do have prototype EPDs that staff is evaluating at this point. It should be made available to you later this summer or early fall. And so the way you would use this EPD once it's released is just like all of your other EPDs, it's expressed in units of the trait. So the scrotal circumference EPD is expressed in centimeters. So when you compare the scrotal circumference EPD of two bulls, that with the higher EPD would be expected to sire sons with larger scrotal circumferences, yearlings, than those with lower EPDs. So other updates coming to the IGS partner breed EPDs very soon is a large research project that's been referred to as Work Order 1. One of the major components of that is updating the variance components. And that's just a fancy word for the correlations between the traits, the heritabilities of the traits, and things of that nature. And so we anticipate that causing some changes, primarily when it comes to the correlation between direct weaning growth and the milk EPD. Currently, in unproven bulls, those really high growth sires are being penalized slightly on their milk EPD due to the moderate negative correlation in the evaluation for those two traits. We also get a lot of questions when EPDs are not immediately genomically enhanced. And so I would like to just give a word of caution. If you are really needing genomically enhanced EPDs, do not procrastinate on getting your tests turned in. There are just too many points in the system where things can get delayed and prevent you from having those when you need them. So my plea to you, for your own benefit, do not procrastinate on getting your genotypes turned in. Don't procrastinate on getting the animals registered if you know you're going to need a genomically enhanced EPD.
2020 was another busy year for the AGA's breed improvement team. Existing projects and new programs are developed to equip breeders with the latest technology and genetic improvement tools. The AGA's commitment to the commercial producer and meeting modern industry demands has led to the launch of the Carcass Data Collection Project. The Carcass Data Collection Project is intended for AGA members and their customers who have access to carcass harvest data. The AGA and the American Gelbvieh Foundation's financial support of covering DNA testing costs for cattle participating in the project provides commercial cattlemen the ability to sire verify Gelbvieh and balancer influenced animals and allows the AGA to pair genotypes with valuable carcass harvest data. Contact the AGA office or visit gelbvieh.org to verify if your cattle meet the requirements of the project. Equally important to the advancement of the genetic evaluation is making sure members have ample access to educational materials surrounding the selection tools. This year, we're working hard to expand genetic education resources for members. This summer, we will release videos and host a webinar covering the fundamentals to proof of concept type examples on EPDs, economic indexes, and the multi-breed genetic evaluation. Be on the lookout for updates and additional resources on gelbvieh.org's Genetic Technology tab.
DNA testing is an important part of seed stock production. and is an essential member service here at the AGA. So far this fiscal year, which ranges from October 2019 to April 2020, the AGA has processed just over 61,000 samples. Our most popular tests include a coat color test, our genomic option 2 low density, and a horn polled test. The AGA has a large number of producers testing on a genomic profile. Genomically testing these animals offers an increase of accuracy on EPDs, which allows you to make a more informative selection decision. The AGA continues to encourage members to DNA test. We highly recommend using an all-flex tissue sampling unit, otherwise known as a TSU. The AGA is now providing an easy way for you to order EID tags matched with a TSU. This is through our partnership with IMI Global. An EID is a permanent form of identification with the AGA, and matching it to a TSU sample can help keep your herd records organized. The continued partnership between AGA and IMI Global has helped offer affordable prices on EID tags, TSUs, and match sets. The order form can be found on our website at gelbvieh.org, or you can always give us a call to request it here at the office. The AGA recommends pulling a sample on every animal in your herd. Although you may not send every sample in for DNA testing, it's always a good idea to start a sample storage system at your home in cases of parent verification that is needed later on those animals. If you are planning to flush a female or sell semen on a bull, these elite animals will need to meet the DNA requirements that are set through the AGA. The AGA strongly encourages testing to be done before flushing these females or collecting on these bulls. The DNA requirements of these elite animals are listed on the website at gelbvieh.org.
The American Gelbvieh Association wants to make sure that everyone is comfortable using the online registry service. Customer service is a top priority here at the American Gelbvieh Association. Feel free to reach out via phone or email for help with any of your questions. Let us know if you need any promotional materials or registration papers or any DNA supplies. We are open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4 p.m. Central Time.
Expanded Membership Services was created to provide additional paid-for services for AGA members to help them grow their operations and expand market share. Over the years, we have added another level to Expanded Membership Services and reduced the prices to provide better service for participating members. Currently, we are providing the accelerator, the amplifier, and the actuator, 3 different levels based on the number of cows on herd assessment for individual operations and producers who are participating in Expanded Member Services. For more information, you can go to the Expanded Membership Services under Member Benefits on the AGA website. Feeder Finder is a free service provided by the AGA for commercial bull customers. The Feeder Finder service is designed to help promote and advertise load lots of Gelbvieh and Balancer sired feeder calves. Sellers can go to our website and provide information on their cattle by filling out the online form. Emails are sent to over 400 potential buyers and feed yards to help provide exposure for those calves whenever and wherever they're selling. In 2019, over 25,000 head of Gelbvieh and Balancer sired and influenced feeder calves were listed on the Feeder Finder service. Balancer Edge is a source and age verification program for Gelbvieh and Balancer sired feeder cattle. AGA staff worked in cooperation with IMI Global to be able to create this program and offer this service to AGA members and their customers. The breed requirements to participate in Balancer Edge are for 75% of the bulls on a particular operation to be registered Gelbvieh and Balancer bulls, and then the commercial customers work directly with IMI Global to provide calving dates and other documentation to enroll their cattle in the program. The initial cost to enroll in Balancer Edge is $3 per head. That includes the initial enrollment and an EID in every calf when it leaves your ranch. Producers have the opportunity to participate in other and additional value-added programs such as non-hormone treated cattle, which is NHTC, verified natural beef, and the new CARE program through IMI Global. We would appreciate the help of the AGA membership and breeders in promoting some of these programs like Balancer Edge to their commercial customers. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for producers who are using Gelbvieh and Balancer bulls to improve the net return to their operations by participating in value-added programs, the opportunity to expose their cattle to a larger spectrum of buyers and receive a greater price per pound on those cattle than they would otherwise.
As more and more people look online for the latest news, keeping our social media pages up to date remains a priority. As we have done in the past, this year the AGA produced 2 episodes of American Rancher on RFD TV. The 2 episodes aired in October and February and featured ranchers from across the country talking about how Gelbvieh and Balancer work for them. New this year, the American Gelbvieh Association was also featured on NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman. Over the past year, we have seen steady traffic to the AGA website, in particular the junior pages, sale catalogs, exchange pages, and the registry. To promote readership of our Gelbvieh World publication, we are beginning to send out e-blasts once a month highlighting that issue's top stories. Advertising spots will be available in these mailings. This is a great way to advertise your sale or business at a great price. Speaking of online advertising, we also have the option to send your sale information out through e-blasts, where you can link sale catalogs, videos, and other information. The Gelbvieh World itself maintains a strong readership. For those looking to get in front of even more people, the Profit Picture publication reaches around 50,000 readers. For more information on any of these advertising opportunities, please contact Mallory@gelbvieh.org or contact the office.
The main focus of AGA communications in 2020 has been on member education and reaching as many people as possible with the Gelbvieh and Balancer message. 3 of the main ways that the AGA reaches its members and customers are through the Gelbvieh World publication, the Profit Picture, and the e-news, which goes out every other Friday. For the 3rd year in a row, the Profit Picture publication has reached producers representing 10 million head of cattle throughout the United States when it's published in February and September each year. The Gelbvieh World continues to be the go-to source for all AGA-related information. We also have recently added a digital subscription option for those members and customers who would prefer to read their AGA publications online. So contact us today if you would prefer to receive the Gelbvieh World and Profit Picture in your inbox rather than your mailbox.
Thank you for watching the mid-year video report. If you have questions about happenings at the AGA, I encourage you to reach out to the office or to your board of directors. And we certainly hope to see everyone later this year in Oklahoma City as we celebrate the beginning of the 50th year at the American Gelbvieh Association Annual Convention.